Hello, everyone. This is Maria Chungwilloughby, founder, client zero, and self development engineer at the Art of Good, a ministry of agape love, where our goal is to master the art of humanity through inclusion and provide a voice for the marginalized members of society. This is our first issue today on Sunday, August 17, 2025, of Falling Up, the Righteous Outcast series. It is a newsletter for the misunderstood, the misperceived, and the mission driven. Our opening reflection is: do you have to do wrongly and loudly to succeed? In a world where noise often drowns out nuance, where deception masquerades as charisma, and where titles outshine truth, the question isn't just rhetorical, it's spiritual, it's survival, it's the cry of the righteous outcast. I've watched people sleep on library patios, curse loudly to mark territory, and manipulate perception to secure favor. I've seen security guards wield more power than managers, and those with influence use it to silence rather than serve. Meanwhile, I, quiet, focused, mission driven, am treated like a liability. But maybe I'm not falling apart. Maybe I'm falling up. Field notes from the margins, Library Chronicles. I showed up daily, treating the library like my office, but instead of support, I was met with passive aggression, gaslighting, and exclusion. The Get Along Gang, a group of disruptive, charismatic regulars, were allowed to sleep, litter, and loiter freely. I, on the other hand, was scrutinized for simply existing and working with focus. The irony is thick. Those who disrupt are embraced, while those who build are pushed out. Department of Labor. I sought refuge there, hoping for professionalism while I worked on my nonprofit in the process of reincorporation. Instead, I found manipulation. The acting manager, someone from my own church, flipped the script. The security guard ran the show. I was ousted while others were allowed to hang out and live on property. I tried to escalate. Silence. Park realities. Even the public restroom became a battleground. I've brushed my teeth there before, but recently the facilities were locked, seemingly in response to my presence. When they reopened, I was met with stares as if my arrival triggered the change. The porta potty was trashed, paper everywhere, even feces left on the seat. I wanted to leave a sign in Spanish. Este baño estaba limpio cuando lo recibiste. Por favor, déjalo como lo encontraste. Si eres demasiado limpio para usarlo, tráele contigo o ve a tu casa. Because dignity should be universal. And yet I feared being blamed for the mess. Again, perception wars. I've learned that perception is currency, and I'm bankrupt in the eyes of those who've decided I don't belong. I'm not just marginalized, I'm a minority within the marginalized, a unicorn, a threat to the status quo because I walk in quiet truth. I've been told explicitly that it's just me, not my race, not my gender, just me. That's a heavy revelation, but it's also liberating because if it's just me, then I'm not bound by their definitions. I'm free to define myself. And if you get a chance, look up our Love Daily Kwanzaa principle of Kuji Chugulia, which is defining ourselves for ourselves. And I think Kamala Harris did a very good job of that when she spoke about how um, her mom told her, her Indian mother told her, don't let nobody else tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. So, spiritual discernment. In the face of chaos, I've created order. These acronyms are more than clever. They're spiritual technologies for restoration, truth telling, and empowerment. And I have over 15 newsletters. These are just a few. The first one is Rise, Readiness, Innovation, Stability, and Education, based on Ephesians 4:1. Reports, Review, Evaluate, Probe, Observe, Recommend, Testify, Serve, based on Proverbs 11:14. And the first one was workforce related. The second one is consumer advocacy. Redeem, this is a prison ministry, restoring every detained entity's eternal message. Key verses Isaiah 61:1. High, spelled HAI, honesty, accountability, intentionality, and integrity from 1 Timothy 4:12. These are the seeds of a movement, a ministry, a mission. Call to action. If you've ever felt unseen, unheard, or misperceived, this newsletter is for you. Share your story, reflect on your truth. Join me in building a community where righteousness isn't punished, but celebrated. Let's rise, let's report, let's redeem, let's fall up together. Closing thought. As I sat on the park bench watching the world misread me again, a young man said something that stuck. You're not falling down, you're falling up. And maybe that's the truth. Maybe the descent is the awakening. Maybe the rejection is the redirection. Maybe the outcast is the oracle. Welcome to Falling Up. You're not alone.